clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me.
Hello my friend, and welcome to a new update on my 12-week year journey. I'm currently in my third 12-week year, and I'm covering here week 5 to 8. Since I've got started, I added 2 habits. Now I definitely can see I can't do more than that, but I added these 2 because, well, I can see sometimes bad habits are coming back. I think especially if the season changes and then you get like old triggers coming back. For me, that meant I had to put back going to bed on time, and from week 6 I also had to put in eating at the table again, because the thing is, my kitchen is quite open with the entrance, and when it's getting colder, it gets really cold in my kitchen, especially also because my kitchen table is right before the heater, and so it just doesn't get really warm. It's so much easier to just snuggle on the couch with like an episode of Taskmaster or Friends and eat there. And I know that's not what I want, because I want to be more mindful when I'm eating. I can definitely eat here, which is warmer, so that's an option if I don't want to eat at the kitchen, but I want to kind of like force myself to say I'm eating at the table, not on the couch. With that said, let's take a look at week 5 and how it went. Week 5 has been so far my best week. I think I say that every week because it's getting better. Now we had 86% of completing all these habits that I have during the week, and it works quite well. Even on days where I don't feel so well, they work. Very happy with that progress. I do have a hip injury at the moment, so I'm not able to work out that much. So I didn't reach my workout goal, but I still moved quite a lot. I tried to just go for a little walk here and there, and I still did my aqua aerobics, so we'll see how it goes the next weeks. I really hope I will be pain-free very soon. But I also felt a bit lost in how I want to work out in the next upcoming weeks and months, and have kind of like decided, okay, you maybe can't work out this way you usually do, but I still can, for example, work out my abs and my arms. So I think I will just focus on these kind of workouts the upcoming weeks, and obviously go for some walks. I mean, now it's fall, it is beautiful outside, and at the same time it's not, but the leaves are changing. It's so nice to watch. So I definitely want to be outside and just see around and enjoying fall as much as I can, because it is definitely not my favorite season. One of my habits I'm also working on is to study Italian. I have now studied over 10 hours, and I've still learned like around 200 words so far. I mean, there's not so much I can say yet, probably a few sentences, but I'm really happy with my progress. I really enjoy using Bubble to kind of like get the basics in and kind of like getting some repetitions, but then, I mean, it can't replace going to a real language course, because our teacher obviously forces us to talk and to practice, and you don't get the same when you do Bubble, or at least if you just do the courses, not there. They have also like online classes, but so far I'm really happy practicing, and I hope at one point I will be able to have a little conversation in Italian. My colleague speaks Italian, so I practice all my stuff on him. Yeah, and I hope one day I can kind of like talk to him a bit. Eating wise, I would say it wasn't my best week, but I still lost some weight, like 200 grams, which I'm really happy about. When it comes to weight loss, I definitely see like how it goes up and down, but then over time you see a trend going down. Like The past weeks it has been at either 78 or 77 something, and I can see how it starts to kind of like go down there as well, and that is lovely to see without having like the big thing of before. In my previous weight loss journey, I really tried to reach the next number, the next number, the next number, and now it's a bit more like having a really nice life and trying to get a bit down day by day, and there's just less urgency. That feels really comforting. Really working on establishing these healthy habits instead of like counting calories and just feeling obsessed about it, and that's not what I want. So happy with that. Week 6 was completed already a week ago. I was traveling, so I mean, I couldn't do the same things as always. I had 89%, but that was just because I skipped quite a lot of the habits. I did that in a habit tracker, and I'm not really sure if that was the good idea, because obviously I got a really good score for something I didn't do. So yeah, maybe I'm just gonna leave it next time, just to see what the reality is. And obviously I'm totally fine when I'm traveling that I don't do all my habits, especially I was traveling on Thursday, and then on Friday I was really exhausted, and it took me a few days to kind of like recover from that. And there are also like routines that you don't have, like for example for me, writing down something I'm grateful for. I have an own little notebook for that, which I obviously didn't have with me. Yeah, it takes a bit to kind of like get back on track, and I think that's just normal. So yeah, it wasn't like, even though the score says it was the best week, it definitely wasn't. I also had a coaching call in Balance 365 on Saturday, and I had the same coach as last time, which was kind of nice. We could talk a bit about checking in how it went from last time to this time, and in this session we talked more about movement, because I kind of felt a bit lost also with like my habit of having like 300 minutes per week. I mean, I move quite a lot, but I didn't feel like I made any progress, because I didn't have trying to have like workouts on Tuesdays and Saturdays. It just didn't really work out, because then something happens on Tuesday, and then I had to do it on Wednesday, and then I had to decide, okay, I might not do the hardest workout ever, because the next day I have aqua aerobics, and I didn't want to feel super sore. I don't like to work out when I'm sore. Yeah, in the end we came up with a solution that I have like a theme for every day, and I just choose on that day if I want to do it, or sometimes I have to switch, and that's also okay. But like having like Mondays where I have Italian language course, I don't have time to do quite a lot of like workouts, anything. So this will be just my stretching / rest day, and then Tuesday will be a full body workout, and I know for example Sunday will be legs and booty workout, because that means I have next day to kind of like recover before next. And yeah, we will just gonna try out. I created this very beautiful workout plan that I really like. I love to work in Canva and doing all this stuff, and I even have it as a phone picture, so I get reminded of it over and over again, so I know today is this and that day. And I rather want to work on showing up and doing a little bit every day than having like 3 days a week where I work out, but then it really depends if it happens or not. I really want to get the habit in, and then we can grow from there. That's now my new strategy. We'll see how that works. It also means I have to change in my habit tracker. I have to change into from moving 300 minutes a week as a weekly habit to move every day for 1 minute, and then I can obviously do more than that. So that was my plan at the end of week 6. And then in week 7, I was still on vacation at my parents' house. So when week 7 rolled around, I started with my workout plan right away. On I think Monday I had kind of like a rest day, yes, and Tuesday I did a total body workout. On Wednesday I was with my grandma and walking in the forest and doing exercise there. She's so cool. She's 84, and she's so trained, she can do so many exercises, and she's also still very flexible, is able to touch her toes when she's kind of like bowing down. It's so fascinating, it's super motivating to see her, and yeah, I really want to become her when I'm 84. And then Thursday I traveled home. My suitcase weighed 24 kilograms, so I definitely could feel the next day in my back and also my arms. So that was my arms and back workout on that day, even though I obviously didn't train like with YouTube or anything. I also decided to switch to a trainer called Kamoya Farray. She is a plus size personal trainer. I really like that her workouts are very beginner friendly. I have to say a few of them I felt like they were too easy for me, so I had to kind of like modify and make some a bit more challenging workouts out of it, or like switching out a few exercises and do something that's harder. But it wasn't the same as with Tone It Up, where I always feel a bit like behind, where I'm not able to keep up. And also like, because obviously she's a plus size, there are certain things that are a bit more tricky if you have a bit more belly, or if you have bigger thighs. And it just feels very reassuring to see that other people sometimes also struggle with these things. And I have to say, there are not a lot of like representation of different body types on YouTube. I mean, I think Movie Molly, she's probably a medium size. And yeah, Kamoya is plus size. But otherwise, I haven't found a lot of people who are not like super ripped or just very thin. So I kind of feel it really helps also my body image to look at somebody who's more like my size than all these super thin fit people, where I also feel like I'm not able to follow through what they are doing because it's just too hard. So my plan is to kind of like continue on working out with her for at least for the end of the 12-week year, and then deciding what I want to do from there. If I also maybe want to purchase one of her programs, like she has a membership. We'll see if I'm gonna do that. It might be also good because I still have like a little bit hip problems. So then when I was at the airport in Frankfurt, I usually always buy a chocolate mousse. They have like a white and milk chocolate mousse, and it's so good. But I really could feel my body saying, nah, no, you don't need it today. And sometimes I push through that and feel like, yeah, but you will feel deprived later, and you can only get that like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a year. Just buy it. And I didn't, and I was really proud I didn't. It was just the right thing not to do it and to listen to my body, and I feel like my body is really rewarding myself for that. It is just strengthening the relationship to me and my body, and I'm really proud of myself. Just like this small thing to do. I don't know if I said it, but a few weeks ago I switched my fasting app to some called Windows, and actually this week, in week 7, it was the first time I fasted for 21.5 hours. That was really long. It wasn't planned, but it ended up like that. And I have to say, I never thought that that would happen, that I would be able to fast for such a long time. Then I decided that it is time to archive a few habits, like the one of lighting a candle before I'm eating, and drinking Bitterstern before I'm eating, also studying Balance 365. I feel like it's not that I have to study that. As long as I do the coaching calls, I feel like it gives me what I pay for, and I don't need so much more, because I'm also listening to the coaching calls sometimes and still listening to the podcast. So it feels like that's enough. So I kind of archived all of these 3. I might get in a new habit in there, but also looking at all my goals for this year, it goes really well. So maybe we just keep going with the fewer habits now and trying to reach higher numbers. Like, it would be cool to get 90%. I even thought about archiving the gratitude habit, but that's probably not a good idea because it's still not really a habit. Definitely not. So we have to keep on doing that one. And the last thing, I reached my first milestone on Sunday. I had 77.2 kilograms, which that means I have lost over 2.5 kilograms. Actually, I'm almost there at 3 kilograms, and that is so lovely because I have worked so hard for such a long time, and I knew I wanted to change habits instead of like changing my diet for a few weeks and trying to lose weight, and I know that's just not working, and I knew that it would take time to get into things where also my body feels secure to release weight. And yeah, very proud that I managed that. And also, I really like that it goes slow because it means I won't lose a lot of muscle. My body has time to adjust. And obviously, because I do small changes gradually, it also means that the weight is not coming off so drastically because I have no drastic changes. But I still see a lot of changes beyond just the weight. And yeah, I just love doing these 12-week years. They have helped me so much. Yeah, I just want to say that because I'm so happy now starting to reach some milestones, and this is gonna be fun. I definitely have to reward myself for reaching that. Week 8 is completed, and what shall I say? I think it was a really good week. I reached 84%. And there were just a few things, like I missed 2 times eating at the table, 2 times writing down something I'm grateful for, and 2 times to study Italian, but totally fine. I think this is a good number. I also went to the GP because of my hip bursitis, so I've got some medicine, hoping that it's getting better. I would say I overdid a bit with pizza this week. I think I had pizza 3 times, and definitely could feel that with my digestion, so maybe not next time, maybe not next week or so. Then I've been tracking my intake of fish, legumes, and fruit and veggies, and I managed to eat 2 portions of fish, 3 portions of legumes, and then I had like 3.7 portions of fruit and veggies on a daily basis. I definitely can see that on the days where I have like an all vegetarian day, I'm definitely able to reach 5 portions. But as soon as I have like meat, or maybe like, let's say for example a pizza where I don't have a lot of veggies on it, it's tricky. So I definitely see there will be days where I'm kind of like being able to also over exceed that target, and then I will have days where a little bit lower, and that's okay. But I'm still gonna continue working on increasing it. Then I did my measurements, and I find that very fascinating because this week I definitely had like a weight gain on the scale, but then when I did my measurements, I could see that I had lost centimeters. So I've actually lost 0.9% of body fat this month, and this is so lovely to see how things are changing, even though the scale is like the body fat measurements are way more clearer. Obviously I don't get so much feedback, I only get it once a month, but it's going slow and steady, and very happy with the progress. So I would say week 5 to 8 went really well. I've made progress. I've studied more Italian words. I'm now over 250 words. I have done several coaching calls in the Balance 365 community that have been really helpful. I have started to bake more of like the desserts that I like to have by myself instead of buying them. And I see also a change by that because I use less sugar in them, and maybe I just appreciate them a bit more because I've made them myself. I'm not sure, but I really want to continue on making my own desserts. I've also started with the low impact workouts with Kamoya Farray, which I'm really happy about, continuing with that. And I would say in general, this has been a good month. I'm really embracing fall and really enjoying it, and that's very different to last year, so happy with the progress. I'm really looking forward to the last month, which also will be my last 12-week year. I just can say it already. But I will tell you more later. Have a wonderful day. I see you very soon on the next Sunday. Bye bye.